The Young and the Restless has always captivated audiences with its dramatic storylines, and this time, the confrontation between Victor Newman and Ian Ward takes things to a new level. It all starts when Ian's sinister plot against Tessa is discovered by Victor, opening a chain of tense and dangerous events. Victor Newman vs. Ian Ward, the uncompromising battle. Victor Newman has never been one to be easily defeated, especially when the people he loves are threatened. When Ian Ward returns to Genoa City, the ghosts of the past rise, bringing with them intrigue and danger. The story begins when Ian plans to attack Tessa Porter, who has a troubled past with him. It all starts at a big music event where Tessa is performing. Ian, with his usual sinister streak, drugs Tessa by infiltrating backstage. When Tessa stepped outside, she lost control of her body and collapsed to the ground, unable to breathe. Ian appeared as a rescuer, holding Tessa in his arms and taking her to society. When Mariah Copeland, Tessa's wife, found them, the image of Ian holding Tessa in his arms shocked Mariah. Mariah's painful past with Ian came flooding back, causing her to fall into a state of extreme anxiety. Although Ian seemed to be the one who saved Tessa, Victor Newman was not easily fooled. He quickly realized the abnormality in the story and began to investigate. With his powerful connections, Victor discovered that Ian had not only attacked Tessa but also manipulated Jordan to carry out other dark plans. Jordan, who had been in trouble with Sharon Newman, was threatened by Ian to keep quiet. Sharon, who had always been sensitive and had a sharp intuition, began to suspect Jordan. Will she choose to confront him or find a way to help Jordan escape from Ian's control? Meanwhile, Phyllis Summers becomes a suspect in a criminal case involving Ian. When Ian tries to frame Phyllis, false evidence begins to surface, putting her in danger. Phyllis is not one to be trifled with, she is determined to fight to uncover the truth. But can she defend herself when her enemy is Ian, an expert at manipulation and entrapment? Tessa, after regaining consciousness, must deal with the psychological trauma caused by the incident. Her relationship with Mariah begins to crumble. Mariah, haunted by the past, becomes overprotective, causing Tessa to feel suffocated. Ian, a master manipulator, uses the situation to try to drive them apart. But is Tessa and Mariah's love strong enough to survive this ordeal? Or will Ian succeed in destroying their lives? The Genoa City police are unable to immediately arrest Ian due to lack of clear evidence. The fact that Ian saved Tessa puts him on the run for a while. However, Victor has no intention of stopping. With the support of the Newman family and friends, Victor begins to launch a counterattack. He secretly works with Mariah and Sharon to gather evidence, while warning Ian that he will not be lenient if he continues to endanger the people he loves. The story becomes more dramatic when Victor finally exposes Ian. In a fiery confrontation, Victor confronts Ian at society, where the whole truth is revealed. However, Ian, with his cunning nature, still has the final cards. Can Victor win the ultimate victory, or will Ian escape again? The battle between Victor Newman and Ian Ward is not only a battle between good and evil, but also a test of loyalty, love and family bonds. With characters like Sharon, Jordan, Tessa, and Mariah caught up in the vortex, this promises to be one of Genoa City's most shocking stories. Ian Ward, who has caused misery to many Genoa City characters, appears once again with a sinister plot. This time, his victim is Tessa Porter, a talented artist who is facing many storms in her personal life and career. Ian, with his usual cunning, tries to approach Tessa through a seemingly harmless meeting. On one fateful night, Ian drugs Tessa, leaving her defenseless. When Tessa walks out of the hall, breathless, dizzy, and exhausted, Ian quickly appears at the right time. He takes her away, setting up a perfect drama to fool those around, making everyone believe that he has rescued her from danger. Victor Newman, with his instinct to protect his family and friends, could not sit still when he suspected Ian was involved in Tessa's condition. Victor, with his intelligence and experience, quickly discovered the signs of abnormality. He followed the trail and discovered that Ian was not acting out of kindness. Ian was trying to take advantage of the situation to manipulate those around him, especially Jordan, a young and vulnerable character. The Young and the Restless has always captivated viewers with its complex plots, intertwined relationships, and unpredictable surprises. This week, the series of developments revolving around Sharon, Jordan, Ian, and Phyllis brought the story to a dramatic climax, making the audience unable to take their eyes off. The confrontation between Victor and Ian is not simply a battle between good and evil but also a test of psychological strength. Victor, who has faced the most formidable opponents, is ready to expose Ian. However, Ian always knows how to turn a disadvantageous situation into an advantage for himself. With the police unable to prove that Ian drugged Tessa, he continues to evade punishment and cling to the lives of the main characters. Tessa's fate and the challenges of marriage. Tessa, although surviving the horrific incident, is not immune to mental and emotional trauma. This event becomes a turning point in her life and shakes her relationship with Mariah Copeland. Mariah, who has always loved and protected Tessa, feels haunted by her past when she sees Ian holding Tessa in his arms at society. This image not only evokes fear but also makes Mariah doubt her ability to protect the person she loves. The conflicts in Tessa and Mariah's marriage begin to manifest. Mariah feels helpless and frustrated for not being able to stop Ian from hurting Tessa. Meanwhile, Tessa feels guilty for being at the center of the trouble. Is their love strong enough to overcome this challenge, or will this be the end of their relationship? Phyllis Summers becomes a criminal suspect. In another development, Phyllis Summers is suddenly named a suspect in a criminal case. Although it is not clear why she is suspected, this makes the audience curious. What will Phyllis, a strong woman who is always ready to protect herself, do to get out of this difficult situation? Or is she really involved in the crime she is accused of? Jordan and Ian's manipulation. Jordan, a young but easily influenced character, becomes a pawn in Ian's hands. Ian uses the incident of saving Tessa's life as a tool to force Jordan to do what he wants. This is exactly Ian's tactic, to make himself a hero in the eyes of others to easily manipulate and control. How will Jordan face this pressure? Is she strong enough to stand up to Ian, or will she be caught up in his vortex? The drama continues. It's not over yet. Ian is still free, continuing to carry out his plans. Tessa, although saved, still has to face psychological consequences and new challenges in her marriage. Victor, in an effort to protect his loved ones, is slowly exposing Ian, but the road ahead is long and thorny. What can viewers expect next? Will justice be served, or will Ian escape once again? Can Tessa and Mariah's relationship be saved? And what fate will Phyllis Summers, with her shady involvement, face? All remain unknowns, making it impossible for viewers to take their eyes off this dramatic story. It all started when Jordan seemed to become a dangerous pawn in Ian Ward's hands. Using chloroform, Jordan secretly attacked Sharon Newman in a carefully calculated plot. What is suspicious is how Jordan knew exactly what Sharon's schedule was that night, including that she would drive alone to the society. It is possible that Ian and Jordan have bugged Sharon's house, and according to some theories, it could be a Christmas decoration that Sharon doesn't remember owning. Jordan's sudden appearance and perfect timing raises many questions. What crime is she trying to frame Sharon for? Is this a plan to frame Sharon and blame her for drugging Tessa? Or is their goal something bigger, like creating a violent crime that Sharon will be held accountable for? Ian Ward, the mastermind behind many past plots, continues to use sophisticated tactics to control the situation. Jordan's collaboration with Ian suggests that the two have a well-thought-out plan to undermine Sharon's position in town. Ian isn't just trying to manipulate Jordan, he's aiming to sow chaos by raising suspicions about Sharon. Ian may be playing a double game. Not only did he deliberately target Sharon, he also secretly put Phyllis Summers in danger. It seems unlikely that both Sharon and Phyllis were caught up in this plot. Ian may have been working on a long-term plan to take down those who had opposed him in the past. While Jordan and Ian plot to manipulate things, Sharon is caught in a spiral of accusations and misunderstandings. The big question is Sharon truly innocent, or was she pushed into committing a crime to protect herself? If Jordan and Ian succeed in framing Sharon, the police and the community may believe she is responsible for Tessa's murder. Some have even speculated that Sharon may be involved in another violent crime, one in which she will be coerced or framed for false evidence. Phyllis Summers, the prime suspect. Meanwhile, Phyllis Summers has become the focus of suspicion. She has openly challenged and threatened Sharon, declaring that she will make Sharon pay no matter the consequences. So when Sharon goes missing or is in danger, all eyes are on Phyllis. Although Phyllis maintains her innocence, her controversial past and strong personality have led many in town to believe that she could do something terrible to Sharon. These accusations not only damage Phyllis' reputation, but also put her in a dangerous position. Is Phyllis truly involved in Ian and Jordan's plot, or is she just a victim of a plan to shake up the Genoa City community? Dangerous connections. As events continue to unfold, the connections between Ian, Jordan, Sharon, and Phyllis become increasingly tangled. Jordan appears to be a two-faced character, both manipulated by Ian and driven by his own personal goals. Ian, with his ability to manipulate situations, is slowly carrying out his plan without leaving any obvious traces. Sharon, a victim in the eyes of many, becomes the focus of suspicion when Ian and Jordan deliberately fabricate false evidence. Meanwhile, Phyllis is thrust into a difficult position by her own past words and actions. A future in turmoil. As the plots become more complex, the question remains, who will ultimately be held accountable? Will Sharon find a way to clear her name from the mounting evidence against her? Will Phyllis, who has vowed to punish Sharon, escape the public and police? And most importantly, will Ian and Jordan be exposed, or will they escape justice once again? The battle between good and evil, between truth and lies, is intensifying. In the world of the young and the restless, nothing is certain, and viewers can only wait to see where the story will take them next. Phyllis Summers is once again the talk of Genoa City when Sharon Newman suddenly goes missing. While Phyllis strongly maintains her innocence, her tense past with Sharon fuels the flames of suspicion. No one can forget Phyllis's public threat to make Sharon pay, whatever the cost. This leads many in town to believe that Phyllis may have done something terrible to Sharon, despite her defense. At the same time, attention is also focused on Jordan, who is believed to have close ties to Ian Ward, a master manipulator. It is revealed that Jordan used chloroform to attack Sharon, opening up a series of questions surrounding her true role in the incident. Speculation is that Ian and Jordan planted a listening device in Sharon's house, an elaborate scheme to monitor her every move. This theory is further strengthened by the discovery of a mysterious Christmas decoration in Sharon's house, which she has no memory of owning. If this was indeed a listening device, it would explain how Jordan knew exactly when Sharon would arrive at the society that fateful night, even knowing that she would be driving alone. Jordan and Ian's true motives remain largely a mystery. Some believe they were trying to frame Sharon for a crime, perhaps something related to the Tessa Porter drugging incident. If this scenario were to happen, Sharon could be framed and become the focus of accusations. Others fear that the plot was larger, perhaps involving another violent crime for which Sharon was forced to take responsibility. Whether or not Phyllis was directly involved, she was not immune to suspicion. Sharon's disappearance reignited old tensions between the two, and Phyllis quickly became the target of accusations from the community. Given her past statements, many believe she had a motive to harm Sharon. Although she insists that she was not involved, the lack of sympathy from the townspeople makes her situation even more precarious. In the twisted world of Genoa City, the truth is rarely simple. Sharon Newman is missing, Phyllis Summers is under suspicion, Jordan is being manipulated, and Ian Ward stands in the shadows as a puppet master. As the connections begin to unravel, the question remains, who is truly evil, and will justice ever be served? All of this awaits viewers in the next dramatic episodes of The Young and the Restless.